at Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe, and it's a pretty big departure for the Mortal Kombat series. We really wanted to do something dramatically different for the first introduction of Mortal Kombat on the next generation systems, where I've always wanted to mix Mortal Kombat with something, you know.
Let's stop right there. You want to mix it with something? Who the fuck is going to mix DC Comics with Mortal Kombat? I mean, as I was recalled from before, that you said that it was going to be completely different on the next gaming console. You guys are like fucking 5 years late. You're trying to fucking pull off some Capcom bullshit and borrow some old ass idea from DC. Batman versus Sub-Zero? The fuck kind of matchup is that?
Oh, other fighting series, other stories on the universes, and the opportunity to do a DC tie-in with us came, and you know, so we were very intrigued. The story mode in our game is actually two different perspectives that you have.
You don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. This dude's like, Midway's like, go fucking make a game right now. That's it. His fucking hands are all over the place. This guy's lost. This fucking game's lost.
And so from the Mortal Kombat side, there's a story that takes place in the Mortal Kombat world, and it's the invasion of the DC characters. And from the DC side, it's the DC world and the invasion of the Mortal Kombat characters. Right.
Let me give you a hint. Nobody gives a fuck what world they're from. Nobody gives a fuck about spaceships and fucking whatever, lollipops and ice cream sticks. It doesn't matter.
Now we're looking at it from the perspective of some cataclysmic event happens.
I'll tell you the cataclysmic event you're trying to fucking pull off here is that your fucking game sucks and you're trying to make it popular in the gaming world so you can fucking make some kind of dumbass X-Men movie with a fucking DC game with Mortal Kombat tied into it. This is fucking garbage.
It's kind of like a merger of the worlds, and that merger of the worlds creates a lot of really weird circumstances. And
weird circumstances like fucking Superman versus Scorpion? Like that's ever gonna fucking happen in the universe? Even if you do have different realms? And then you're gonna try to explain it to us in this video that makes no fucking sense?
A lot of real unpredictable kind of events. You see DC characters all of a sudden being confronted by a Mortal Kombat character and vice versa. We really wanted to keep it authentic and keep, you know.
Keep it authentic. Let me give you, why didn't you try something like, hey, let's fucking make some new characters. Let's try to make something that works. Let's try to go back to something that was a winner for us, like Mortal Kombat 2, that sold the most machines. I mean, at the time it was the hardest to even fucking sell something to somebody. You know, just, why don't you work on that engine? You could have just took that, did a 3D background, had some 3D images, and made it look rendered like in Gears of War, and it would have been fine. But no, you guys want to add some DC shit. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. The game's just going to be nothing more than the last game that you made, which you said it wasn't going to be, for the new Xbox console. It's obvious that you just care about getting a paycheck. You don't care about the series anymore. That's what this means. Look, you can't even explain yourself.
Fans, you know, stay true to that thing, and so we.
My name's Ed Boon. Where's my paycheck?
Hired two writers from the DC world.
You hired two DC writers from the DC world. You know what that means? That means that your fucking story's shit, and their story is just fucking just to bail you out. And then, basically, when somebody says something, you know, when they say, hey, I wasn't looking at your girl's ass, that means you're looking at your girl's ass. Or, hey, if somebody says you're a fucking moron, and then they're your buddy and they say they're just kidding, now you'll see fucking Ed Boon go, hey, we didn't make a DC game. It's really a Mortal Kombat game. So basically, he's just fucking lying to you. He's made a DC game is what he made.
Jimmy Palmiotti and Justin Gray, and they helped us kind of craft the whole story to explain, you know, how their characters would react and what they would do in circumstances where they run into these, you know, weird people from Outworld.
Like, you don't have a fucking clue because you don't even fucking touch the game anymore. You just fucking names on it because you created it and you got some kind of rights to it. That just says it all right there. Him moving back and saying what he just said. Like, fuck, I don't know. Fuck it, where's my check?
weird people from Outworld. How do you get somebody like Superman to fight against someone like Sub-Zero?
Exactly. Tell us, please, how is that fucking going to happen anywhere in space, in this realm? How is anybody supposed to conceive that fight any fucking which way but loose? I mean, just fucking pull out a gun and kill yourself right on this video is what you're doing to your game.
And have it be a fair fight. We had to introduce elements in the story that would, you know, kind of make it more plausible, kind of make it more believable. And so, you know, the abilities of some of the more human characters are elevated up to a level that's...
This guy's trying to fucking sell you. Look, one hand's higher than the other. That means it's okay. You're gonna buy it.
They can compete with someone. And since, you know, the...
That motherfucker looking up in the air. Look at that shit. You didn't know... You know he's lying now. Watch this.
Up to a level
Watch this.
They can compete with someone. And since, you know...
What the fuck? You don't even know what the fuck's going on with your own game, guy. You're a fucking liar.
Oh, the kind of...
Where's my paycheck? Batman. Batman, help me. Where's my paycheck? Dude, man, that's fucked up. Why do you even try? Why even try to do it to us?
The supernatural thing that's going on is magic related, and Superman is kind of vulnerable to magic. You know, it kind of makes it a little.
What the fuck are you saying?
A little bit more, you know, plausible that, you know, he would take a punch from Scorpion and feel it. There's a number of factors that we kind of put into play in our decision of which characters, you know, we'd want to use from the Mortal Kombat and the DC side. And a big one is popularity. You know, if we're going to have DC characters, we want characters that people will see, recognize, want to play. Just as like, you know, Mortal Kombat characters, you know, I think people are going to be looking for a Scorpion or a Sub-Zero. Probably a little bit more secondary is the appropriateness of the character in terms of their style of fighting or what they look like. It's a combination of popularity, their style of fighting.
Dude, they had to cut and splice this fucking interview so many times, they didn't even know what the fuck you were saying, dude. You're lucky. You're lucky you fucking made Mortal Kombat. You're basically at the right place at the right time. You could fucking sell that franchise to me and I fucking do circles around your ass.
And also parallels with Mortal Kombat characters. You know, we have...
wow, wait, you're gonna fight somebody flying in the air.
Are great counterparts to each other.
Yeah.
And so we kind of went down the Mortal Kombat list and said, you know, who's the equivalent of Scorpion? You know, okay, let's...
That took a lot of time to figure that one out, huh?
Special moves. There are certain things that DC characters can't do.
Well, like what? Like throw a fucking arrow and shit? Yeah,
We don't have stage fatalities where, you know, the round ends, so to speak. So it's you have to, you know, beat the guy to death this time, and there's no kind of quick ways to do that.
He's really excited about that.
The first four characters we can talk about are two from the DC universe and two from the Mortal Kombat universe. Scorpion and Sub-Zero, obviously, I don't think we'd ever have a Mortal Kombat game without those two characters. And Batman and Superman are from the DC side. You know, they introduced an interesting challenge because Superman is so, you know, kind of all-powerful. Batman is a little bit more like, you know, the Mortal Kombat characters, martial arts and whatnot. And mixing the two together has been a pretty...
Fucking guy's a liar.
We don't feel like we're making a DC game. We're making what if Mortal Kombat and DC were...
Oh, let's rewind that. What did you just say?
With the introduction, mixing the two together has been a pretty...
There's a lie right here.
We don't feel like we're making a DC game. We're making what if Mortal Kombat and DC were...
You're making a DC game.
With the introduction of some of the DC characters with these kind of outrageous, you know, super moves, you know, you think of Superman and, you know, he's got just, you know... For him to just kind of go jab, jab, punch, punch, punch is going to be kind of boring. So, you know, we have big, massive...
Yeah, see, that's where I come in. My name's Ed Boon. I come in. No more jabby, jabby, punch, punch. You gotta make it look spectacular. I'm gonna go out to lunch and kick a couple fucking golf balls, and I come back, have it all done, okay?